Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I want you to hit me with some comments down below because we have a new mic. We want to make sure that for the new year, you can hear us clearly. So comment down below and let me know how's the audio sounding in your part of the world. So let's jump into the video. And this one's actually about Serpico, because the last video that we made about Farnese, and actually her name's pronounced Farnese, it's Italian, but you know, Farnese is easier, right? So we said that she might die, and then some of you guys were theorizing that actually Serpico might also die. He might use a behelit, right? I mean, totally possible. Who knows where this storyline could go? And these are all theories, of course, so it may or may not happen. So, you know, you guys that are going to get super upset about the theories, calm down, go with us here. So we started kind of playing with the idea, you know, and we were like, okay, so how could that happen, right? How could it lead up to the point of Serpico dying? And somebody had mentioned him using a behelit, and it's totally in the realm of possibility, because here we're about being creative, and that's why we love hearing from you guys, because you come up with those theories that make us think, and it just kind of fills in the gaps right now while we're waiting for, you know, more berserk info. So yeah, so if, let's say, right, we already had the foreshadowing where Shirke was warning Farnese and saying to her, you know, be careful. We don't know what could happen if you get cut by those thorns. Then we fast forward. Farnese is cut by the thorns, right? And she's the only one who is cut by the thorns. So here's the thing. What could be the outcome of that? Some of you guys were saying, you know, it might hurt her astral body. Some of you were saying that you don't think that she would die in that world, in Casca's subconscious. And that's totally possible, right? Could she be injected with some part of Femto somehow in his twisted story that, you know, he's going to corrupt her and she is going to help him further his goal? She's going to be the one to help him achieve his end. Totally possible also. So let's say that Farnese gets hurt by this thorn and somehow she becomes a bad guy. I know. The Farnese that we've grown to know and love, I mean, come on. She has really, really come a long way in terms of maturity and character growth, right? So she gets injured, she becomes a baddie, and then Guts, of course, is going to defend Casca, right? So Casca is fully restored. Farnese decides, oh, I'm going to attack Casca, or somehow she's going to, I don't know, hurt her in some kind of way. Guts, of course, we know, would not tolerate that. And so he would have to step in, protect Casca from Farnese. And, you know, we had to examine some of the previous chapters, and we know that Serpico, who we believe to be an underdeveloped character, Serpico has a great degree of loyalty to Farnese. And in fact, he's talked, and I'm going to put the panels right here, he's talked to Guts about how many times he considered killing him and how much he feels like, he didn't say jealous, but jealous was what I read from it, where he was saying that, you know, Guts was able to really transform her. And even though he's been with her for so many years, he'd never been able to accomplish that. But in a short period of time, Guts was able to totally change her whole personality. And yes, you know, it's linked to Casca and, you know, her feeling a sense of purpose and duty there. But he's jealous, right? He's jealous. That's the bottom line. And he has a sense of duty and loyalty to her. He's been with her since she was a child. So obviously if Guts is going to attack her, for sure Serpico is going to step in and protect her. And if that happens, then it's going to be a final showdown. If Farnese happens to die, if Guts happens to kill Farnese, it's possible that Serpico could decide, you know what? That's not happening. I'm going to need to bring her back and activate a behelit somehow. Because, okay, Farnese's possible death or injury could actually drive Serpico to become an apostle to exact revenge on Guts. Or he could sacrifice himself in order to restore Farnese's body. Obviously, I mean, she would take on a new form. And would that be the female version of Femto? Who knows? We do know that the Count was able to, well, the Count was offered to restore his body when his behelit activated again after Guts had beaten him up and he was, you know, lying there in a bloody pile with his head severed off. Kind of gory, right? So we know that the Count was offered the opportunity to restore his body, but he would have had to sacrifice his daughter to do so. So that's why we're drawing the parallels with possibly Sarpeko sacrificing Farnes's dying body in order to get a more powered up form so that he can kill Guts eventually. So the bottom line is that if Farnes is somehow injured or if she dies, it could push him to that point. It really could push Sarpeko to the point of desperation, because he identifies himself with Farnes. His whole life's goal has been serving her, has been protecting her, watching over her. He would be a purposeless man, if you think about it, without that sense of duty. You know, it really is what defines him and is what introduces him into the storyline, because had it not been for Farnes coming into the story, we would not have known about Sarpeko. That's his whole MO, protecting Farnes, right? And he's pretty loyal about that. So seeing her in any kind of pain or seeing her suffering, especially if it is caused by somebody else, you know, if it's not an accidental injury, or even then it could still happen, but that would really drive him to the breaking point. And he could cross over into the realm of wanting to become an apostle or just simply sacrificing himself to make her reborn. But here's the crazy thing. If he used a Behelit to give Farnes a new form or a new rebirth, what would she become? Who would she be? That's the crazy thing. Hopefully not a female version of Femto. So hit us down below in the comments. Let us know what you think, guys. And thanks again for always leaving your theories in the discussion. We love reading them and seeing you guys debate and interact with each other. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. Over and out.